How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Big Six. Hope everyone is all good and well out there. Make sure you guys hit the like button first and foremost. There's nearly 2K in the building. I wonder why there's nearly 2K in the building. We will get into it shortly, people. A long awaited drop points from Arsenal, but yeah, it is.
I'm with Toby though. I'm with Toby. That nodding in the head. We've got a mutual understanding why we're nodding. Yeah, it's not right.
Exactly. It's not right. It's not
right.
Okay, cool. Well, we're going to get into it. All right, say no more. But before we do get into it, first things first, people, show some love to the man them. HUGH, SAEED, GRIZZ, TOBS, MATISSE, THUGGEry. Make sure you subscribe to all of those channels below. And I'm also going to add a link to the Stoppage Time TV because after the Arsenal game yesterday, I agreed to go on Stoppage Time. Obviously, that's Cam's show with Fuad and May. And I was there, yeah. I done it, so you can check that out as well, people. But yeah, hit the like button, do all of that, and we'll get into it. SAEED, I'm sure you want to start off.
Yeah, I wanna see what the Superchats there say. You know what I mean? The secret transaction. You know, THUGGEry, what's going on? Where you at, THUGGEry?
Oh, hold on, what is that? What you man are saying? Well, after one week, you want THUGGEry to come out?
Yeah, man, he's an Arsenal fan as well. You see when he says send some love to THUGGEry? No, spam his channel and start calling him a flake when it comes to Turkish.
No, we're gonna have to do something.
Hold on, GRIZZ. Before you continue, SAEED, how many games did you not lose this? Have you not lost this season?
Listen, we've lost 2 in it. We've lost.
And
2.
how many clips have been done of you?
I don't know. 1 in it or something.
Oh, okay. Well, what happened to the other one then?
Listen, all I'm saying is, THUGGEry's been missing 2 weeks in it. That's all I wanted to know. You know,
what's he meant to clip up, man? What's he meant to clip up? They've had one loss.
Anyway. Let's not dive away from the real situation, innit? You feel me? I want to chat to all them Arsenal fans that I seen before the game. You know what I mean? On some Matt Busby way, watching the Big Six. You know what I mean? I see you. But they told me, you're gonna hold that L, you know what I'm saying? Wait till the game's over. I'm gonna see you, this and that. You get me? I'm gonna be in the chat, you know what I mean? Trying to cook you this and that. Well, listen, who's eating the humble pie, eh? Who's eating the humble pie? Man like Bav's trying to chat to me on Lad Bible, talking about Odegaard, world class. You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about, man? He's trying to talk about Eric, Mikel Arteta. And he's trying to say, you'll tactically do Eric Ten Hag and all this and that. But for me, you might have played the British football. You might have played better than us. But I tell you what, man, you did not deserve to win that game. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear this pretty fancy football, this light bulb that you've got, that you show on Amazon, and you think that's going to be the crowning jewel of the way Arsenal play. You can play the pretty football. But like what happened in 04-05, I like what happened today. We spoiled your party. You know what I mean? We ended your unbeaten run then when it was a bit of a more significant meaning. And now we've ended your August champions. You know what I mean? I'm sure I see some inflatable trophies around at Old Trafford yesterday because I thought there was a party going on. You know what I mean? The August champions apparently were celebrating.
You didn't see a protest though, did you?
Little did we know.
You didn't see a protest though, did you?
Well, listen, at least we're kind of consistent with our protests. All of a sudden, Arsenal is up Cronky out protest. So, you know what I mean? Hold tight, you know what I mean? We won Cronky out. Say we won Cronky out.
Hey, he's got you there, fam. Hey, shit.
We got to you. Cronky out, but we don't hear that anymore. Like I said, Arteta played the pretty football, but you got to realize, there's one thing in football that I think you got to realize is that it's called game management. You guys decided to take Kovchenko to try to be clever than Ten Hag, and what did my manager do? He outsmarted you. He got Eriksen to do the third man runs, Rashford to run in behind, and what he did, he understood the game. He understands the game more than your naive coach, Eric Ten Hag, and he sucker punched you. And that's what the aim of the football is, is to stop the opposition and you pounce on it. And that's what we did. This is a Big Six game. We're only, 1 month or less than 2-3 months into when he's got the role as a manager, and 3 or 4 games into the season. Arteta's been there for how long? And it's still naivety. With our game, we have to introduce it and slowly implement what we're trying to do. It's going to take time. But at the same time, I'm hearing Arsenal fans talking about, you know, it's not a foul, this and that. Are you kidding me? Are you seriously kidding me? He's knocked him from behind. He's pushed him. What more do you want? And then you're talking about cheating and all that when Saka dived twice. So let's not have me on here. And apparently there's been, you know, we actually dominated the game. Apparently we made so many saves. I can recall David De Gea making 2 saves in the first half and that Odegaard and Saka chance. Odegaard, well, if he was world class, then he would have took that, wouldn't he, Mavs? I mean, if he was world class, he would have took that. I'm sorry, man.
Here, my guy.
Well, we managed the game well. You didn't. The aim of football is to win. Arsenal fans, you don't celebrate losing. I'm sorry. You did it in the Amazon documentary, celebrating the 2-1 loss at Man City. It's not what we do around here. You take the loss on the chin. You understand what football is. It's to win. We don't play this pretty football and not come out of nothing. Erik ten Hag knew what to do in that specific game, and he did it well. So I'm sorry, we deserved it. Arsenal were naive. They made the substitutions. For me, all 3 at the wrong time. They should not have done that. Erik ten Hag pounced on that, and we had our own game plan, and we outdone you. Simple as that, man. So this August champions and all that, coming to our turf, Old Trafford, man. You've won twice in 17 years, and you're coming in with the chest that you're going to beat us. Are you mad? Nah, man, I'm not having that, mate. Erik ten Hag, all them people in the chat, I see you talking about Eric 10 months and all this, Lisandro Martinez and all this, Varane. We made Jesus be a striker outside his box. He didn't want to come to our turf. He didn't want to come in the box because he knew Lisandro Martinez.
Jesus had up them, man, a couple of times.
Listen, was that Lacazette playing?
But same thing I said. Same thing. He needs to be in the box scoring, but Varane and Martinez were getting had up at times by Jesus.
They got piss up.
He looked like a glorified Lacazette out there, just doing hold-up play. You're meant to be in that box, but he didn't want it. He didn't want to go next to Lisandro Martinez. This is the guy that's called a butcher. He tried to kick him, by the way. There's a video evidence out there. He tried to kick him.
I saw that. Yeah,
have you seen that, yeah? And Arsenal fans are not talking about that, are they? You know, that's a reckless kick now. And another day, Lisandro Martinez go on the floor. But it's the butcher, man. You don't go next to the butcher, man. Man will eat you alive.
Yo, SAEED, talk about Martinez versus Gabriel.
And you got man like Saliba. What's he doing? You can't be naive to that.
Can we just go back to the butcher bit and then continue?
What, the butcher? What, in terms of Lisandro Martinez? What do you want?
Talk some more. It was good.
Listen, man's hairline is. Listen, where's Gabriel's hairline? It's chasing Rashford. It's chasing Rashford. Listen, all I can say, is that you had your moments with the fullback, Saka and Martinelli. I give you that. We had very, very difficulties, but where we were compact was Varane and Martinez. They didn't want to go near us, and the moment that Varane stepped out, you man got the goal from that. One mistake, Arsenal capitalized. Fair play, but Smith Rowe had a shot above the line, over the bar. I think your new kid, Portuguese guy, would have over the bar. This game is about limiting the opposition and then you scoring and you doing your bit. That's what Man United does. So all these tacticians on Twitter think they know about football and say, you know, pretty football, this and that. Listen, the aim of elite sport is to win. And in this top 6 game, and this whatever you want to call it, top 4 battle, everything like that, you've got to make sure you win the game. And at that home advantage, Erik ten Hag knows we're only a month into what we need to do. Arsenal have 3 years. They've had 3 years. And they were naive. We came in, we had a plan, and we executed it. I'd be asking more questions of Arteta doing them substitutions. But you've got to give credit to Ten Hag. He did what he had to do. And for me, we perfectly executed our plan. We doubled up on the left-hand side. And every time when we had a transition, Eriksen, man, people was talking about this guy, free transfer, this and that. Man of the match. You know what I mean? Shout out to man. You know what I mean? I love Eriksen, man. You know what? People are chatting the most, but this Eriksen is a maverick, man. Maverick. Honestly, this guy is different. And yeah, man, like I said, Anthony, that was special, by the way. You Arsenal fans, yeah? Honestly, you got the taste of your own medicine. Chatting about what a waste of money. What a waste of money. And that's why he went to the crowd. And he went, shut up, you lot. Shut up, man. Goal back of the net there. So listen, man. I'm gassed. United fans enjoy it. These Arsenal fans lives ledge. You ran back to London. I told you to wait there. Oh, yeah. Listen, I told you to stay there. I'm Bavs, man. Talking about chatting the most to me on Lad Bible, you know, trying to get your minions online to come to me, you know. This is the Lions Den. This is Old Trafford we're talking about. You get me? So, yeah, man. Over to you, Turkish. Chat to me, man. What are you saying?
Listen. Obviously, you got the win, so you deserve the platform. You said what you said, but we move in it. Obviously, it's one loss out of 6, so it is what it is. It hurts because it's the first Big 6 fixture, and it makes it feel like it's a bit of the same old. But at the same time, we just got to move and forget about it. That's all I can say. Most of your points were true. Ten Hag, he done his thing. He first half different to second half. Second half, he caught us at. The only thing is when we went 1-1, yeah, I just don't. I think the win was behind ourselves, and Arteta should have maybe calmed it down a little bit because I don't understand how the gaps in the defense were that big. I know you mentioned Saliba, but for me, Saliba didn't do much wrong. Obviously, he was caught off balance with that Fernandes assist was cold, but he was caught off balance by it. But where was his covering centre back? I expect Gabriel to be there, and same thing for the Anthony goal as well. Gabriel was out of position. That's because Sambi wasn't there. At times in the match, Sambi was obviously he's inexperienced, so with those injuries, that cost us as well. Overall, yeah, performance was good, but I care about the 3 points. That's my thing. I know what you're talking about, and I know on Twitter and online there's a lot of Arsenal fans that will, you know, just dwell on the referee decision. And don't get me wrong, it's a foul, but it's a very soft foul.
But we're in the modern game, though.
That's my thing.
Yeah. So, but we're in the modern game, and that's what it is. So, us thinking that, you know, would this be a foul 10 years ago? It's not going to work. For me, he clipped him and he pushed him. It might have been a case because, you know, the crowd were onto him saying, you know what? I feel like them kind of fouls, just because he's not in control of the ball, doesn't mean that it's still not a foul. I think that rule is people need to understand it. It's still, for me, it's a foul. You impeded the player. But yeah, sorry, go on.
Yeah, all right. So, but obviously after that's not given, it's 0-0, and that actually swung the game in our favor. For the rest of that game, up until you scored the second goal, we was dominant. In that period, we was dominant. You lot started the game very well. That surprised me. You controlled it. You didn't let us have the ball. You was doing well. After that goal went in and disallowed, we took control. We got back in it second half, and I don't really know what went wrong. Like all of a sudden, the defense is open. You lot managed to twice. The same thing happened twice. Basically, we lost the ball for the third one. The second one split pass through Rashford both times. It just didn't make sense to me. The 3 subs, 100%, I don't agree with it. One thing is, in the first few games of the season, well, not first few, let's say the Fulham one and the Villa one in particular, because we went a goal down and Villa got a goal back, albeit we scored straight away. I'm looking at my bench. I'm thinking, Arteta, are you going to change something? He didn't. He maintained what it was, and we won the games. And that's obviously winning the game is the most important thing. This time, it's like, because it was a big game, I don't know if the pressure got to him a little bit. I can't lie. And he kind of panicked and just threw all 3 on. I just feel like Vieira as well, his first introduction, it wasn't really fair. Don't get me wrong. Vieira showed little bits in picking up spaces and whatnot, but it wasn't fair to throw him on with 2 other people. It changed the whole dominance we had at that stage. Because after that, we didn't do anything. I don't remember a chance being created after that, in all honesty. But aside from that, you won the game. You deserve to win the game. If you win the game, if you win the game, I think you deserve to win the game. Your game plan worked. We played better, but that doesn't give any points. That doesn't mean anything at the end of the season. So, yeah, there's nothing more I can really say on it. Like I said, we just have to move. We got Europa League back. Fuck that. We just, we have to go to Everton. Not go to Everton, but welcome Everton and say, that United game was an anomaly. Let's forget about it. Let's beat Everton and keep it moving. It is what it is.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah, it's tough because Arsenal, they played well, and it's kind of like everybody's gonna give them their praise for that, but they kind of played into Man United's hands. And it's exactly what we saw from Liverpool when they played Man United as well. The teams that want to dominate the ball against Man United, you've got to make sure that you put the ball in the back of the net so you can go back to retreating and playing the chess game. Because if you don't capitalize and you leave that game for too long, they will just sucker punch you. And Man United don't care. They're not here to play for the people right now. They're at the beginning of their process. They don't care if they're at home, if they got Old Trafford to watch. They'll sit in, do what they know they need to do, and they'll just hit you. They won't do something that they can't do. And I think Ten Hag's smart for that. He didn't try and sometimes you see managers and they play at home and they say, do you know what? We're gonna try and open up, we're gonna try and play good football. But he knew we're not ready yet. We're not ready yet. Rashford's up front, he's perfect for the counter. Sancho had more space to operate in. Anthony had a great debut getting the goal. So it was wise and it was mature. So yeah, you have to credit Man United for that. And yeah, man, Malacia was the only person in that team that I said he had some moments with Saka where he was getting cooked a bit. But the thing is with Malacia is that he will recover and he won't let the dribble past kill him off completely. He'll tuck back in and he'll try and get back involved. I think Dallow's a very big difference to this team as well, because the difference between him and Wan-Bissaka is night and day. Guy can get forward, he can interchange, he can link up. Him and Anthony on that right is going to be a problem. Yeah, man, they were good. They were good. Eriksen, Bruno. I've given Bruno a lot of stick. I have to give Bruno a lot of praise. What a pass! Like if Modric is doing that, KDB, they're getting highlight reels. So he's got to get it because the pass is outstanding. I know they're on the counter and there's space to play the ball, but he still has to. It's the way he's done it. It's not even the fact that he's done it. It's the way. I think if he had just lobbed it over the top like a normal pass, we would have said, all right, cool. But it's outside the right boot. It's audacious. It's good. Yeah, man. But I think Arsenal were good. I don't. I think Man United had a good 15, 20 minutes in the beginning, and then Arsenal, they controlled it. And then, they started getting on the ball and they started creating chances. Even when the disallowed goal happened, they still didn't really take their foot off. So I don't think Arsenal should walk away from that, disillusioned or down with their heads down. I think they just need to maybe learn a bit. Okay, do you know what? Even if we're in control, we gotta make sure that we stay wise and to play that. I think Gabriel, the really high line as well. That's where I said you need to hold a midfielder. Arsenal fans saying you need Tielemans. I hear you, but you need to hold a midfielder, and this is the one bit of business you didn't get done, because you can see Lokonga is not. I looked at his stat line. I was saying with TOBS, no tackles in 75 minutes. You're the holding midfielder. I know you're young, but no tackles. So that tells me already he's not an enforcer. He's not a DM. Because there was many opportunity to make a tackle. Let's be real. So that's where Arsenal really, really kind of fumbled the bag, is not getting the DM. If they got a DM to replace Partey when he's out, then this may be have been a different game. They would not have been so exposed. But yeah, there's no trolling on Arsenal for me, man. They still had a great start to the season.
There's trolling for me. They're donkeys of the day for not bringing a DM. Whose fault is that? But there's Thomas Partey. He's not just become injury prone. Last 2 seasons on the trot, he's only played 25 league games, consecutive seasons. We've known this already. They've known this. They knew it in January. They knew it in the summer, and they didn't bring anyone in. So as far as I'm concerned, it's on them. The L is on them. So they're donkeys for that, and they've seen it. They've seen it cost them. Well, I say cost them. They've seen it play a factor in yet another game. So that one, they're gonna have to hold that, and that won't be the first time where they're playing against a side where that lack of defensive quality from whoever's playing 6 is going to kill them for sure. I actually agree with everything else you said about the game. I didn't actually think Man United played that well. I really don't think they did. Even Lisandro and Varane, that SAEED was gassing up, they were ran ragged by Gabriel Jesus. I think the only
I want that though, Toby. I don't want him to be in the box. I'd rather him let him do what he wants. We didn't.
No. But what I'm saying is he made their jobs 10 times harder. They were struggling. I remember even the first minute, a punt. A punt up top, and Jesus is just rinsed. Well, I say rinsed. He just manhandled Martinez, got in front of him, and Martinez has had to foul him to stop him from sort of keeping the ball up and playing anyone. Yeah, you expect Jesus to do more in the box, but I think he had a decent game yesterday. He had a decent game. Man United, I wasn't really impressed with the performance, but I was impressed with the countering. I think they did what Arsenal couldn't do, and in the end of the day, as good as Arsenal played, Man United were clinical. They had 4-5 big chances, and they scored 3 goals. They scored 3 goals. Arsenal had Arsenal had 3, only scored 1. in the end of the day, goals win games, and the team that's going to put away the most chances will win the match. So it doesn't really matter how well Arsenal played. Man United were clinical, and they did what they needed to do.
But Tobes, we've seen this before from United. Like, I get it, we're praising Ten Hag, but I wouldn't call it a masterclass. I wouldn't go too far with it because I think it was just mature. I would call it very mature and not playing to the crowd. But we've seen Oli do this, and Oli didn't really get his fair dues. But no, he did say, like, you did set up like this against big teams under Oli quite a few times.
We're only what 3 or 4 games.
Yeah, I know. I'm not crediting Oli in terms of like long term. You should be doing more than that. But I'm saying, like, we've seen this before from United, just maybe not the same timestamp. So I don't think it's like some crazy thought process to do this. I think it's doing the obvious. When you've got Rashford up front, you know what you need to do. There's no Martial. I think if the selection headache would have been different, then it would be like, okay, what do we do now? But when you know you only got Rashford, you're not going to play Ronaldo from the start because he's obviously going to play in the Europa League. I just think it was clear that United were going to do that because you just did it against Liverpool, and this is the way for Man United against big teams, because I don't think you're going to out football Arsenal with McTominay in that DM position.
Yeah, but there's also Casemiro to come in. We've got Martial who will hold up the ball better. I think a lot of Arsenal's play came from the fact that when we played the ball over top to Rashford, Saliba and Gabriel squeezed onto him. I do think if Martial was playing, he'd hold up the ball better, and then the 2 wingers would come across and we'd have a bit more control of the game. So a lot of it was down to selection as well. But I think for me, the overloads on the wide areas, for me, that is Ten Hag ball. The way we play, the first goal, if you actually look at the first goal, 18 passes to get that first goal. That is the way Ten Hag wants to play. So for me, okay, it has similarities, but that only similarities come in because we're only 1 month into
of course.
You know what impressed me? What impressed me about Man United, your start. I felt like you lot started the game really well. The first 10-15 minutes, I was shocked by how much you guys had Arsenal sort of pinned back, like not just winning the ball back off Arsenal, but actually moving the ball from left to right. Like, it was actually kind of impressive. I thought, wow, fair enough. Like, United are actually playing here. And then I think after that disallowed goal that Arsenal scored, I think they just sensed that, yeah, like, you know what, like, it doesn't take much for us to sort of get at this team, and they took over the game.
I think, you know what, it's weird. It's weird in a weird way. I think both teams won't be too happy. I mean, I know SAEED's happy. And in Arsenal's case, won't be too sad, because I think we didn't learn much, if you guys know what I mean. Like, Arsenal played one of their better games at Old Trafford. Obviously, Turkish know more, but it seemed like Arsenal played one of their better games at Old Trafford. And Man United are still not, like Matisse has said, still nothing to write home about, but the endeavor, the attitude, which is the biggest thing everyone cussed them about. They're pressing, their energy. They showed that. So I think both teams will kind of, one will take the W, one will take the L, obviously, but you have to, I think not much is lost in terms of momentum either way, or gained in either way. I get Man United, of course. We'll think 3 wins, Premier League wins in a row? 4. But the performances which Man United will... Do you remember we used to talk about Ole's football not being sustainable? Yeah. So there's elements of, is this sustainable? Because they didn't control Arsenal at any stage, I felt. Arsenal just couldn't.
First 15 minutes, maybe.
First 15 minutes, maybe you're right. Yeah. The energy.
We should have that question maybe after a year or 6 months into... I think sustainable when Ten Hag has only been here 5 matches in the Premier League. I think that's too premature, if my honesty.
I agree. I think if it gets to January, February, and you're seeing Man United are giving teams way too many good opportunities that
then we can talk about it.
Then we can talk about.
But praise for Ten Hag is for sure seeing the weaknesses and addressing them. How many times have we spoke about left back, centre back, midfield, and I think a key to that has been Eriksen, man. People need to speak about this guy. I remember me and Toby speaking about him, like in terms of his time at Spurs. I remember on one show, I can't remember where, but I said this guy is one of the most underrated players. I'm telling you, this guy should have been playing, for no disrespect for Spurs, but this guy should have been playing in his prime years at a top mega club. He's like, you know how Modric went to that elite level when he left Spurs to Madrid? You know what I mean? Eriksen should have gone to that elite level. For whatever reason, he didn't. We know that.
Sorry, go on. Forget it. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
yeah, that's it. No, go on. He wasn't consistent. You're gonna say or whatever. I don't know.
I was gonna say like that was the problem with Eriksen though, because we knew he was a quality player. I'm the biggest advocate for Eriksen one of the biggest advocates for Eriksen in my fan base. Like for me, he's the best midfielder that I've seen. Like performance-wise, I think he's the best midfielder that I've seen in a long time play for Spurs. But I just best number 10, sorry. But I just feel like the difference between Eriksen and someone like a Modric is Modric was actually world class. And I think as much as I love Eriksen, he was lacking that little bit to notch him up into that like elite upper echelon type players, the world class players. Like Eriksen, as good as he was at Spurs, was never bona fide. But anyway, I don't want to downplay your praise on Eriksen because I do think he was really good for them yesterday. And I do think in this 6/8 role where he comes deep and gets on the ball and starts picking out passes, I do think he's had a positive impact on Man United on the ball. But I don't know, SAEED.
Yeah.
As well as he's done, I still don't trust Eriksen playing that deep in the midfield.
Yeah. I think
time
will tell. I think only people are doubting it because maybe McTominay's playing there long-term wise. That won't work. If Casemiro and Eriksen are playing there, you might have a bit more midfield control. But like I said, I think that time will tell. But you trust him because of the way he can play that ball. If De Bruyne played that ball, bloody hell, people were talking about it all day long. That ball that was played into Rashford, unbelievable ball. You know what I mean? So that's what he can give you when he plays deep. That kind of breaking the lines, you know what I mean? So maybe that's why he's going to utilize him. And he has the ability in terms of intelligence. And what people are not realizing is about his work rate and the distances he covers. Like, nobody talks about him, man. He's covering the most
No,
distance.
I am, bro. I am. I'm ready to talk about him, honestly.
He's always been like that at Spurs. And
he's playing for Man United, so I can't take it. I really can't take it. I hate it. Yeah, but I just think he's a magnificent baller, man. I've said it before. I'm not just saying it now because, you know what I mean? I've said it. Like, free transfer, wow. I can't believe that no other major clubs were in for him. I find that shocking. That Brentford, not many teams were in for him. He could have done a job for all of our teams. I'm telling you that now.
100%.
All of our teams. I include City. He'd fit like a glove.
Yeah. Having that type of midfielder back into our team is what we need because
100%.
It's crazy since he sort of
even Chelsea, man, they're crying out for creativity.
Especially Chelsea. Especially Chelsea.
Yeah.
Especially
we could have done. The thing is, he costs £0. Like any talk we have about.
That's why Chelsea didn't go for him. You know what I mean?
Condition or whatever.
Look at you, yeah. Listen, we'll get on to you in a minute.
It costs,
Liverpool need him.
It costs nothing. Having a midfielder like that is always having a midfielder like that in your team is always a good thing. A midfielder who can make a goal out of nothing, can shoot can shoot with his right, can take set pieces. For me, I don't see why you wouldn't want a player of that profile in your squad. Doesn't even have to start every game. I'm surprised by how many matches he's actually started for Man United. I thought he'd be a rotational piece, but he's clearly obviously become a key cog for Ten Hag.
Yeah, 100%, man. You get me? So, but then that's why they're freeing it. You know, they quickly snapped in it. You know what I mean? There's no time hesitation. You got to make a decision. Bang, is he in or not? And United just went in, no hesitation. So, fair play, man. We get it in it.
Hugh, we haven't heard from you yet.
Yeah, I'll be fully real. I didn't want to go into too much analysis. I was in work, so I only saw the highlights. But the thing for me is, with Eriksen, I wanted to say is I think it's worked out as a great signing. I've seen most of the game so far, basically, bar the full 90 minutes of the Arsenal game. It's been a great signing so far, but I do agree that it was a risk. I know you're saying, Grizz, you can't understand why some of the top clubs didn't snap him up straight away. I think it's one of the few signings in recent years for Man United that has paid off and will continue to pay off. It was a risk because he had 6 decent months at Brentford, or very good months, but there was no guarantee after him being out and having the issues he did that he was going to get to the very, very top level and perform again. But he absolutely is one of the signings of the summer for Man United. And as a City fan, it does pain me to say that.
This super chat. Give me a season. I'm not going to lie. Dallo, the last 4 games for Man United, I think he's actually been quite good defensively. But give me a whole season with Dallo, and then I'll actually change my opinion.
This will be his first season when he's playing like as the first teamer. Last season was Wan-Bissaka, season before Wan-Bissaka. So
to be fair, like Toby does get it wrong on right backs quite a lot, so it is what it is.
No, Dallo was quite a regular for Ragnick. No, Was he not?
No, as I say, but yeah, in terms of Rangnick came in November. Before that, Wan-Bissaka was playing.
No, that part I get. It's just I've not really been convinced by that.
No, same me. I'll be honest with you. Loads of people.
Yeah, I don't rate him, so I need to see it over a season.
Yeah.
I need to see it over a season.
Yeah. I need to see more as well. So.
Cool. Half an hour in on the dot, people. 6.3K in the building. Listen, hit the like button first and foremost. Let me just check how much likes we're on. 1.1K already. Love for the love, people, man. I didn't have to tell you that, and you got hit the like button. Make it 2K by the time the show ends, and make sure you guys subscribe to HUGH. Let's get him up to 5K before the year ends. SAEED, GRIZZ, TOBS, MATISSE, THUGGERY, the official channel, and just subscribe, put the notification bell on, do all of that, people, and you know what it is already. More content to come.
Has anything changed, you reckon, guys? Though, has anything changed, like in terms of aspirations? Arsenal's and United's after this one result. Anything?
After the way SAEED spoke in that opening piece, you'd expect they're making a...
I'm just saying. I'm just asking.
And United, all I would say is make sure your Norwich scarves are at the ready, because it will all come crashing down and they'll be banging down the mega store again.
My confidence is about the Arsenal fans that were chatting the most before the game. That's all it is. Like, you know,
I'd still be more confident as an Arsenal fan than I would be as a Man United fan. I'd still be more confident.
Yeah, on the season as a whole, like I said, still working towards that.
This is facts, though. This is facts. Sancho, Man United win 3-1. Sancho was crap.
No, but I tweeted it though. I know where I am with Sancho. I'm very critical.
I'm like last season. I said, okay, fair enough. Now I'm actually beginning to be a little bit worried about Sancho.
Why you're worried? Are you?
I'm being dead serious.
Why are you worried? What are you worried about? It's not your player.
This is a player. This is actually a player that I rate highly. And
yeah, I know.
Like, he can't beat his man. He can't beat his man. And if he's not scoring, he's not
really
easy making an impact in games.
I think, you know what it is though?
I think he might need to, because the thing is, quite clearly, he's got technical quality. He's a smart player. He can play passes, but he just can't do it out wide consistently.
Someone said worry about Son, but no, listen, all I want to say.
Why would I worry about Son?
No. Sorry.
Why would I ever worry about Son?
No, I'm just joking.
Look at the way it is. Someone just said worry about Son.
No, I saw a comment. I wasn't talking to Saeed. I was talking to a person.
No, sorry. My thing is, yeah, I did tweet. He didn't beat Ben White enough. But what I'm gonna say is though, like Ten Hag, like he'll say, Rashford's playing well and Anthony will be on that right hand side. So this is going to be competition. So let's see if he rises up to the test. So in the next couple of months, when Rashford and Martial might play up front, one person has to miss out. So we'll see whether Rashford steps up or if Sancho steps up.
I know Anthony did well to get his goal, but what do you rate his performance at? How do you think he was yesterday?
I thought, like I said, he's rusty. He needs more game time. But like I said, what he did, what people don't realize, as a winger, if you can attract two players to get onto you, I think for me, we've missed that for so many years. And he did that. And then Eriksen nearly scored. That's when, that cross came in. That was because Anthony dragged two players in. And then we got the cross in and then we nearly scored. That's what we've been missing. So I enjoyed that a little bit. He did look a bit rusty. He's trying a bit too much. But for me, I thought I see some good things. I thought I see some good work on, but again, he only came in, trained once, and started. So we're gonna see more in it from him.
It's crazy. I'm getting bashed for talking about Sancho's form. Apparently, I have a Sancho.
No, it's just funny, isn't it? Because when you talk about other wingers, like
Hudson Odoi.
Yeah, then suddenly you got all this slander. But now it's Sancho. They're both from the same ends. They're both best friends. Why don't you treat them equally? Why don't you treat them equally? Because my brother was in the Bundesliga at the weekend, got his assist. So let me see what's going on.
Your manager,
you have no shame. They lost the game.
Huh?
They lost the game.
What you say?
Your manager?
Yeah, I know. He's weird, man. He's a weird don.
He is a weird don.
He's definitely a weird don.
I'm talking about Callum Hudson-Odoi assist against a team that they lost to. And what?
Bro, I don't care what the score was, bro. He did his thing. I don't care about everybody else.
Shame, bro. Have some damn shame.
I don't support Leverkusen. I don't care.
Shame, bro.
Man, are telling me they lost 3-2 like I support Bayer Leverkusen. I don't give a shit.
Sancho's better than Sancho's better than that bum Pulisic as well. So,
All right, cool. Let's get into the super chats because we're just past half an hour. Hit the like button, people. Subscribe. I've said it all already. Here's Ben. Saw SAEED at the game in E Block. I think I wanted to tell him big fan of the show, so I'll do it here. Big win and oh yeah, Turkish. All right,
There you
cool.
go. Big up, man. Love, man. Love.
Nicholas said, the question for the panel, is Ronaldo still considered world class? No, for me.
No, not for me.
Nope.
No, are you mad?
There we go. Unanimous. I didn't hear GRIZZ, but I don't think we need to hear it. We know.
Nah, you don't. You definitely don't.
Ash said, SAEED wanted McTom beheaded 3 days ago. Now he's twerking for him. 200 million and 10 HUGH is doing Ole ball. The same legend United fans hounded out.
Yeah, I just keep
Yeah,
it.
I see that. Look, there's a bit more to it than that. I'm not. I'm ready.
That is nasty.
He likes myself.
Nasty, innit?
But you know what it is though? I'm big enough though to big up players when they prove me wrong. But like I said, it's not for everyone, innit? I'm happy for McTominay to do well. I'm not one of them.
He should have been sent off. McTominay.
What for?
Does he know the Rugby World Cup isn't for another few months? Just spear tackling players out of the pitch.
Bloody hell,
He does it all the time. McTominay's a thug, man. He's on top of the fact
That's a different story. That's a different story. He's a thug.
People fouling, man.
He's literally Fernandinho levels already.
That's
Like,
what
getting away with it.
he is
Rodri
what
levels.
Harvey Elliott wants to be, innit, Grizz?
Why are you mentioning a kid? 18-year-old little youth, man, just come out of like South London. Like, you know, you're comparing him to big Scott McTominay, who's 25 and shit, man. Built like a brick house, man. Compare him to someone else, innit, man? Why are you picking on a little kid from South London?
Scott McTominay is the only one of the few players I know that's still called an academy prospect at the age of like.
Yeah, that's wild.
26,
man.
But I told
Pereira as well. He still was a prospect.
You can't lie. Last 3 games.
Who?
So I'm saying McTominay is doing well though. Last 3 games is done.
Yes, you're right. You're right. Against Arsenal, I don't think he was good, to be honest. But Leicester,
He was, man.
He was, man. I can't lie. He was. He
dominated the ball. Arsenal got into really good positions.
No, in the transitions, he was.
What did he do that was so great yesterday?
What he does, he was doing it well in terms of transitions, breaking up the play, passing it to the next player, being a combative midfielder. Like, I know it's not great in terms of.
All I said to Man United fans was, if this coach, as well as all the other coaches, still keeps playing him, there's something there they're going to keep working on. At the moment,
Casemiro's not ready. We all know why he's
not ready. It's not a preseason.
No problem. If McTominay's dashed out, then I'll be proved wrong. If he's kept, I'll be proved right.
Do you see like a Henderson in him?
Henderson,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So just to
yes, sir. Henderson was hounded out by Liverpool fans and media and every man.
I never hear that, you know. I never heard.
He was at the start. Yeah, when he came from Sunderland, you remember?
Yeah, he was hounded out. People wanted him. Hold on. People wanted him gone, swapped for Clint Dempsey. You know. And now he's gone on to lift every single trophy there is possible to lift, apart from the Europa League, because we don't business.
So you're saying about the journey, you mean, like the journey?
Yeah, so McTominay is ugly. Don't get me wrong, like not physically, like he's a handsome bloke. I'm not talking about that, man. Pause. Right? But what I'm saying is a good, he's not pleasing to the eye. People are going to say, technically he's awful to watch and this and that. But if Ten Hag finds a system around him and uses his physical attributes, not the suplex ones. Yeah, the suplex moves was out. Yeah, that's stupid. I agree. Hughie, he should be sent off. That's ridiculous what he done and got away with.
Sent off. He scored 2 red cards. He scored 2 red cards this season. He should have been sent off against. Was it Brentford, high boot?
Yeah.
He's just a brute, this guy. He's not a footballer. The only reason he's playing right now is because Casemiro is still not fit. If he's still playing in January ahead of Casemiro, it'd be absolutely mind blowing.
I'll be shocked.
I'd never think there would be a McTominay agenda, but you man, do.
It's not an agenda though.
It's not an agenda.
Why is it an agenda to say?
No. Who's got an agenda? Not you.
I don't think it is an agenda against you because people in the comments as well need to realize that criticizing a player doesn't mean you got an agenda against them. We're stating the obvious with Scott McTominay. He's just not a good player. And
Jack Grealish.
Behave. That is an agenda. Toby has an agenda against Jack Grealish.
Against Scott McTominay. So how many
Jack Grealish.
Apparently I have an agenda against Sancho, Scott McTominay.
Nah, I'm joking, man. Chill out, man.
Grealish. Don't forget Grealish. And Hudson-Odoi as well.
In the comments, they're calling me salty. Why would I be salty at Man United beating Arsenal? I wanted that.
Yeah.
I wanted that.
Back to the super chats. X4 Studio says, SAEED, when they were taking predictions last week, you were the only one who predicted a win. They didn't believe in us. God did.
I regret it.
Also, the Liverpool fast talker got the 1-1 draw spot on while man were laughing. His name is James, my guy, but love for the super chat. And yes, SAEED did predict it bang on. If you've sent a super chat around another club and around another game, I'm going to save that for that game and that discussion. Mo says Arsenal played well, United were just more clinical, and that's what they can do with the likes of Bruno and Ericsson. Big up to you all. Hashtag pray for Pakistan. Obviously,
100%.
people know what's going on out there as well. If you can donate, then to be honest, I don't know which one's the. Does anyone here know which one you donate to if you was to donate?
There's so many, man.
My friend is. I posted it on my Twitter like a week ago. My friend, he's organizing like food parcels and tents, and it's like a £40 donation, and it guarantees food for a week and what's it called, like housing
Accommodation.
facilities.
Yeah.
Accommodation. So I'll post the link again in the chat. If anyone can donate, please, I'd appreciate it a lot.
Post it in the chat and I'll pin it. Let me know when you post it in the chat. I'll pin it
in the Big Six chat.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right, cool. Love for that, Mo. I will pin that as soon as Tobes lets me know he's done it. But moving on to the next one. Arsenal think it's vogue. If I lose 3-1, I'm gonna make it look sexy. Craig says, shout out the Arsenal Invincibles of August 2022. Legendary. SAEED, it's just one loss, and pundits like Keane calling Arteta a sore loser, but he himself could never be a good manager if he tried.
That's facts.
That's spitting, you know. I can't lie. Roy Keane, like, we rate him, we love him, but yeah, you failed as a manager.
We don't look that guy. We don't look
Yeah, he is a pundit, but he was also a manager as well. So he's asking Arteta to do something that he would never have done as a manager.
Facts.
Yeah, but
Facts.
So it's very hypocritical.
Roy Keane, man. You don't chat to Roy Keane, you feel me?
He just did that super chat. Did you not see him?
I just posted it.
You just done it.
Yeah.
Behind the keyboard, yeah.
I've pinned that, people. So if you want to donate to Tobes, is that your friend you said, yeah?
Yeah.
Cause towards Pakistan. Obviously they're going through floods at the moment. If you want to, it is in the chat. It's pinned. There's 6.5k here, so everything is appreciated, people. Christy says, SAEED trying to gas it up as a tactical masterclass. Well done, you won, but it's simple counter-attacking football. You done under Ole. Karma. Big up Imran. Was at the game yesterday, and what a game. Let SAEED talk and celebrate. The chat were roasting him after the first 2 games. Let him enjoy this. Big up the panel, sending love to you. Stay blessed. Love for that, Imran. Always here, every single show. JD says Arsenal are the definition of poets, and like the great Jose said, poets don't win football matches. You're still Man United, and you're still coming to OT. Dano says now it's the butcher. Before it was Pogboom. Only time will tell, and you'll be eating your words soon. Zero shame, SAEED. I can't wait. Family man, big up. JML says what was the best goalkeeper in the world? Ramsdale doing for Anthony's goal.
Yeah, what was he doing?
Yeah, I assume he tried to guess, but
I don't know. He was diving towards the other side, but the goal was only going one way.
He's a straight dickhead, man. He's a straight dickhead.
He gave him the space to score. And it was
straight dickhead.
He's a straight dickhead.
Why? What's wrong with him?
He's a straight. Well, if you're a dickhead, there's lots wrong with you, innit? Where do I start, man?
My brother Grizz.
You know what? Yeah, I love about Grizz.
What is he,
Grizz, every time Grizz cusses someone, it reminds me of school when someone used to say you're a dickhead, you're a waste man. Every time, like Grizz always bringing back the OG slander.
Why is he a dickhead, Grizz? Why is he a dickhead?
There's many reasons, man. We got to keep it moving. Hella
So many reasons.
There's many reasons. Libra says Pundit Keane and everyone judging Arsenal season by just one loss. I accept the loss. It's not a foul. If Keane was playing in today's game, he would be in jail.
That's facts.
Definitely hurt Arsenal fans over the years.
That's hilarious.
Mad.
Smile says Arsenal dominated with 3 shots on target. Are you man alright? Saliba took the Jamaican from too far, Willie bouncing on the halfway line.
Wow.
My guy, I think people know what we are talking about in terms of dominating. It's not just possession, it's not just shots, it's how you play as well. You know, that's what they mean, but it means nothing. It means nothing at the end. We didn't even take a point. So for all the domination or good football or whatever, fuck it. 0 points. Beautiful, sexy football. Oh, look, just in time. Beautiful, sexy football doesn't give you 3 points. Wenger's style of play was pleasing on the eye compared to Ferguson, but one ended with 13 titles, 2 Champions Leagues, and one with 3 and multiple FA Cups, with all due respect. Contra says Ten Hag did a masterclass sub, bringing on Ronaldo. Arsenal's defense didn't fear him due to lack of pace. The lack of pace to run behind, forgetting Rashford is still on the pitch. Sadiq says, why should Thuggery clip Turkish, SAEED? He doesn't move reckless like you're doing now. Keep talking. Turkish, keep your head up, top of the league.
Top of the league, eh? Top of the league.
Chelsea keep possession with many shots on target and don't score boring football. Arsenal do the same thing. They dominated. There's levels to this. Don't get me wrong. United deserved it because they had better chances. But I find it funny how it's a tactical masterclass for Ten Hag, but freestyle for Ole. Jesus, 50 million Lacazette. Rashford has the same amount of goals as him. You don't love it. As an Arsenal fan, I'm not taking this from SAEED. I'll take the L, but some of his pre-match takes were wild, says Swap Contrast. All I want to hear SAEED say is, despite the loss, both Saka and Martinelli were more effective than Sancho.
Wow. You know, fair play, man. These Arsenal fans, they're very, very salty in their super chats tonight, innit? We definitely hurt them tonight.
What were you saying about Sancho and Saka and Martinelli?
I mean, now me and Premsy were having a little combined 11 thing, innit? So
I was arguing about that.
But they're very salty tonight, the super chats, man. Flipping hell, lads. What's going on? You know what I mean? Turkish.
You love it, man. You love it.
Turkish is looking like a man, but these Arsenal fans are crying, innit, tonight? Flipping hell,
what do you want us to do? Fucking start dancing on the streets or something? When we win and people celebrate, you get onto us. We lose and we're upset. You're getting onto us. What the fuck do you want us to do?
League, man. You're still top of the league. Chill out, man. You know what I mean? All isn't lost.
All right, cool. Let's love for that super chat. Let me just get that one out of the way. Here's one from Hussein. United fans want us to praise Ten Hag for playing like a relegation side and parking the bus at home. Solomon says, according to Arsenal fans' logic, United dominated Brighton and Brentford. Where are we? Because there is a few more. Does anyone think Malaysia had a good game? In my opinion, I didn't think he had a great game. Saka gave him problems. Yeah, I think Saka did give him problems. Yeah, not as many. After that first bit in the first half, when Saka ripped him, I think about 15 minutes in or something like that, or 10 minutes in, I thought, let's keep on doing this. And he didn't really. There was only a couple moments in the game where Saka really got the better of him and really got to a good position. He won free kicks and yeah, he played around him well, but I thought
out with him.
I thought Saka was the best player on the pitch.
That's mad because Robbie said the same thing, and I at about 60 minutes, I'm like, listen, if anyone in the front four's got a goal and be subbed, it was Saka.
It was a good battle. It was a good battle, both of them. It was a good battle. I don't think you can say one person had the heads up on the other one. It was a good battle between two young players, proper fighting for tenacious.
I think Saka had him personally.
No, I think towards the end of the game, Malacia recovered like brilliantly. Like,
yeah, he should have got booked again. Malacia, did he get booked? Because if he didn't, that's a travesty again. It's another mad decision because he was fouling and pulling him all the time. He was fouling and pulling Saka all the time. Little nasty fouls that you get away with at Old Trafford, but the game's the game.
Couple more before we move on. Expo says it was a masterclass. Everyone keeps saying Ole ball. Ole never pressed high or kept a high line. We played like Ralph wanted to play in transitions. I think you're overdoing it, my guy, but big up you. Ruben says, SAEED, I can come on TV and talk to Roy Keane on his face.
Oh, shut up, man.
Imagine if United, he wouldn't be a winner at all.
Save your money, man.
Yeah, man. Stop being rattled, man.
Thank you for the super chat. Thank you.
Hey, since Liverpool have done it, he's just been grumpy, you know.
He's forgotten his own line.
It's not thank you for the super chat no more.
What's going on?
No, thank you for the super chat.
Got to appreciate the support. Big up you, yeah. You go on TV and you rattle Roy Keane. I got you, yeah. Go do your thing, yeah. Go do your thing.
You know what? He's back. He's got another one. He's back. You might as well.
Guys, you know what it is? It's because GRIZZ's team were called mentality monsters, and now they're losing the mentality. So
I guess we're turning to Liverpool now, right?
GRIZZ is losing his mentality.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
We are.
So when it comes to Liverpool, normally I get to speak first, or you guys get to say your agendas first. Which way does it work? I don't know anymore.
Because
I missed a week.
Because you haven't been on the receiving end much, I can tell you when it comes to Arsenal, other people like to talk first. I don't know what it's like with Liverpool, but I want to give you the platform first, Grizz. So go ahead.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's give me the platform, innit? Like, I keep giving Liverpool the platform every week to turn things around, and they don't like taking the platform right now, man. There's not a lot to say, man. I think a few weeks ago I was on, I missed last week. After a win, so people can't even say I ducked. Come back and yeah, man, We're looking lethargic. We're looking tired. We're looking grumpy, like me. Turkish is right. You know what I mean? Liverpool looking like me right now, unshaved, not slick up. You know what I mean? We're not looking energized. Well, you laugh, Huey, but you know what I mean? Your time will come soon. You know what I mean?
Oh, you look great, man. All I'm saying is you look great. Don't worry about
Every
the
team, every team must. That's all I'm gonna say. Every team must.
Community, man, is not for the community today.
No, I'm for the community, man. I'm here for the therapy, man. We need to talk on Liverpool.
You're calling the community dickheads and waste man and all this. You're not a community man anymore.
No, Ramsdale, innit? Ramsdale is one of them people that, you know what I mean? I don't take anything back.
I hate him as well, Chris. Don't worry.
Yeah, I wish I could say more. I wish I could say more on Ramsdale. But listen, we digress, man. Liverpool Football Club is going through a bit of a sticky one. It's not easy. I mean, I told Matisse at the start of the season, it ain't easy, right? And
Did you?
you know what I mean?
You didn't mention
Yeah.
Liverpool having a tough season this season. I remember you mentioning Chelsea on your show with SAEED lots of times. So I don't remember any talk about Liverpool having a struggle at all.
No, that's what I meant. I meant like Chelsea gonna have it's gonna be a long season. You know what I mean? And obviously Matisse has been having a few goes back at me and saying, long season. You know what I mean? Which is right, but he's right in both ways. It is a long season. And what Matisse could possibly mean is nothing's decided yet. You know what I mean? We're suddenly 5 points behind Man City, who I'm the only team I'm looking at. Let's be real. I ain't looking at anyone else still. And if people are thinking, I'm looking at Arsenal as a threat, or Man United as a threat, or Spurs as a threat, or Chelsea as a threat, not yet. Not yet. The only team that's going to finish above us is Man City. And we're 5 points behind them by playing 60% of the level that we can achieve. We're playing rubbish football at the moment. We've got no identity. Our identity was the intensity, and there's no intensity. Teams are outrunning us. That's so worrying, man. I don't even know what to say. Teams are outrunning us, man. Out fighting us. And I'm not going to mention injuries. I'm only going to mention it once. And that's it. You lot can cut me off if I mention injuries again. We have got a lot of injuries, but we're going to hopefully get them back in the next month or so. And if after a month we're still playing like this, then proper concerns. Right now, I just have to take it.
We need to talk about.
Roll with it.
Nah.
So feel free to talk about whoever you want, and I'm here to talk about them.
Nah. We're not going to
Whose
do
bright
this.
idea was it to sign an injury-prone midfielder to be backup for an injury-prone midfielder?
You're talking about Arthur?
Yeah.
Arthur, look, time will tell if he's injury-prone and still, because previous records are not great. But if he comes to Liverpool and turns it around, then we have to accept it. So Arthur, I'm not going to accept criticism yet because he ain't stepped on a pitch yet. So talk about the players that you can cuss and I'll accept.
Okay. What's going on with your defense?
No. We have to start with Salah. We had to start with Salah.
We kept a clean sheet, so keep that one moving.
Salah.
This guy's gone missing. He is AWOL. He is SOS out at sea on his own since that new contract, man. Tell me about Salah.
I don't think Salah's the one you need to go for as well. You're not picking the wrong people, man. I thought you're going to come for Van Dijk. I thought you're going to come for Trent. I thought you're going to come for Fabinho. Mohamed Salah's created the most chances in the Premier League. And he scored 2 goals. He's off the mark. So you're not coming for the wrong people.
I think standards of Salah, though. It's not the standards of Salah. That's what.
Okay, because Salah's got standards of Thierry Henry levels of playing, of getting the most goals and assists from a wide man for the last 4 or 5 years. So yeah, he's got mad standards, which he's not playing to, but he's still, and this is factos. I'm not making this up. I know Toby's been cussing my facts over recent weeks, but go and check this out. He's created the most chances in the Premier League. People are not finishing them, so pick on the others. Fabinho, I'm ready here to talk about Fabinho. I'm ready to talk about Trent. I'm ready to talk about Virgil van Dijk, who's been put. I'm ready to talk about other big dogs. But Mohamed Salah, he's not been to his level, absolutely, but he's not the first one I'll go to because he's playing in a different position.
It's not about first one to go to. That someone else tried to use this. Oh, he's created the most chances shtick yesterday as well. I don't care if it's true. We're watching these performances with our eyes. When do you ever say to yourself, "Wow, like Mo Salah, what a great game! He was the chance creator extraordinaire in that game." You talk about Mo Salah because he puts defenders on edge, he scores goals, and he's in the game. Yesterday or Saturday, whenever, Mikalenko had him in his back pocket, bro. And not for the first time, not for the second time this season, Mo Salah has been subdued. Like, we know what what a good functioning Mo Salah performance looks like, and this ain't it right now. He's playing well below his standard. That's a fact.
I agree with that. I can't disagree with that. He's playing well below his standard, but I feel it's a bit premature to write him off, question him.
I'm not right.
I question him. Sorry, question him. Yes,
I'm going through the same thing as well.
Yeah. Question. So then when you're a wide man attacker, these things happen. You have a little phases where it ain't working for you, but you still need to be involved. And again, the inside of a post away from getting a match-winning goal, and then suddenly he'd have 3 goals in 6 games.
But that was his first shot, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So what's going on, Klopp? Like, why is Salah having 1 shot and it's the last minute?
Okay,
because has he got the balance of this attack wrong? Because Salah's the main guy, and you're talking about chances created. I don't know why the chances aren't being created for Salah. Why are they being created for others? He's the guy. He's the big money man.
I agree with you. He ain't got it right. Klopp. I'm talking about Klopp here. So big man Klopp. See, so if you come for Klopp, I'll accept it because Klopp's making errors. Klopp's making errors in terms of the motivation of the team, the structure of the team, his stubbornness to refuse to change formation if he ain't got the players. So I'm accepting all of this. So yeah, I don't know why I don't know why he's doing that, Matisse. He's slightly adjusted the way. I could give a reason, but it won't hold weight in this chat, especially.
Say it.
Well, the reason is because he's playing a total different side to him. So normally he's got Henderson, Trent, and Bobby, yeah. Whereas now he's got Nunes, Elliott, and an out-of-form Trent on that side. So he's got a lot of adjustments to make. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to hold it for a few weeks still. I'm not even telling you guys we're gonna turn it around within the next few weeks. I think we're gonna be like this, patchy, on and off, just like most other teams are as well. But obviously, we don't expect it from Liverpool. But I think we're gonna have to hold some indifferent performances for a few weeks still until it balances out. And then, for example, after the international break, if we're still putting in performances like we did against Everton and Palace and whatnot, then serious causes for concern. I'm going to be here and I'm going to be telling you guys serious. Right now is concern.
But the way Liverpool fans talk about Elliott, surely he'd be an upgrade on Henderson in the 8 role, no?
It's not about just one player though. You've got to have a formation structure around.
Trent's the best right back in the league, and Elliott's better than Henderson in the 8. So there should be more than enough service for Salah. I'm thinking more Darwin Núñez up front, not linking up the play the way Firmino did, and helping that situation there. I don't know. It's weird. I think
there's so many jigsaws of the puzzle that are literally missing. So it's a puzzle at the moment. There's no. It's a puzzle. Trent is the best right back in the country, but he's playing like the worst right back in the country. In fact, against Everton, defensively he was very sound and good, but he couldn't put a pass forward.
He was weird enough passes and stuff. Yeah,
he was awful on the ball. He was trying to do Hollywood passes when his game head wasn't on. So when your game head ain't on and you're still trying to do them passes, you need to calm down, bro.
Yeah, the derby as well.
And he refused to calm down. He kept trying it until Klopp pulled him off. You talk about Elliott. Elliott's the shining light, Matisse. I'm not.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not slandering Elliott. That's why I'm saying why you mentioned Elliott
because of others. Because of others, Fabinho is playing so crap. It's unbelievable. Henderson, before he got injured, was dog shit. And the other brother, and we were relying on Fabio Carvalho to be playing in a Merseyside derby when he's hardly ever played in the 8 role. That is Klopp's error. That is Klopp's mistake. Yeah, he's not thinking straight right now.
He was drowning in the first half, but you're right.
Nothing. He didn't get a touch on the ball. Carvalho was a kid amongst men. They must have seen that midfield and thought, dogs of war.
They ate him up.
Dogs of war.
I think with Liverpool as well, even beyond the injuries, I think the reliable players. So even beyond the injuries and the fact that Liverpool have slowly sort of started to sort of play a new look team, because when like you said, when you look at the team, old Liverpool side, you'd have like at least Henderson in the midfield, Hendo and Fabinho in the midfield, Mane in the team, Firmino or Jota or whatever. But when you look at the team that played on Saturday, Núñez,
Carvalho,
Tsimikas, that's four new players that, well, excluding Tsimikas, 3 new players. excluding Elliot because he's injured. But you know what I mean? Like when Liverpool, the way you lot play, everyone needs to be on the same page.
But can I say something? Can I say something?
So
So can I say something? Even with the same players, we're unrecognizable.
And that was going to be my last point. So my last point is the players that are on the pitch, they're not the ones that you rely upon. They're playing poorly. Van Dijk playing poorly. Fabinho playing poorly. Trent playing poorly. Mo Salah playing poorly. So what do these new players that are trying to find their feet in the team, what are their chances when the old guard are playing so irresponsible?
They're not holding it up. They're not holding it up. I'm being honest with you. Add Henderson to that as well. They're not holding it up. Like Henderson, a lot of people won't know. It is what it is, who gives a fuck right now? But Henderson's been playing with painkilling injections, right? And now he's injured anyway, right? So okay, but still. But the other guys that you mentioned, I haven't got a case for them, Tobs. I ain't backing them. I'm not deserting them. They're still my big dogs. Much love to them people. Man. Come on. Yeah. But I'm not backing them right now. They need to stand up. Like I'm standing up here with a big six. I need to stand up. I'm getting destroyed in the comments. People are saying all kinds of shit. Yeah, I have to hold it. Just like these players have to hold it. They have to get up and show them people, show the criticism, show the media why they were rated as some of the best players in their position. Because right now they're not. And they're playing like absolute fannies right now. Being outrun, being outbattled, no spirit. They're just kind of hanging in there. They're just kind of hanging in there. We've had a lot of hard fixtures right so far now because obviously now we've got Chelsea coming up. Now we've got Wolves coming up. Now we've got City coming up. 3 out of our next 5 fixtures are Chelsea, City and Wolves amongst Napoli away as well. We got a hella hard fixture. Ain't easy.
It ain't easy. Grace, can I say something now? I think the interesting stat was, and it doesn't even, like, it's just crazy that this is Liverpool, that they've been outrun by every single team, that you've played against. That's not Liverpool.
No.
They're high energy, and it's. I just find it very, very baffling.
There was another one as well, SAEED. I'm not sure if you've seen this one, Grizz, that it said that Liverpool have gone behind in 8 of their last 9 Premier League matches or something like that.
That's why I was gracious, man, not to even go behind, man. I know no, it's not clever, but we ain't got a very good record at Goodison Park apart from last season when we spanked them. It's always a draw. But yeah, man, we conceding the first goal every time. And even that is saying something. I know you custom mentality, but to lose 8 leads out of 9 and still only lose 1 is still something. We're just hanging on. We're still hanging on. Just hanging on.
That's the quality we're talking about, right? Because everyone knows Liverpool have the quality to be playing better than they are, and everyone knows, or everyone expects that Liverpool there will be a reaction.
I think a lot of people underestimate how last season taken out of us.
Nobody wants to hear it though. That's the problem.
Well, that's it then, isn't it? Then why people?
What do you mean? What do you mean by that? The title race, not winning it on the last day.
Yeah, man. Look, I mean, a lot of teams won't know what it's like to be, in the position we were in anyway, to play every single game anyway. Like you're smiling, side, but it's true factors, isn't it? More factors.
We get you. That's
Champions League final. No, they get us. You don't get us. Champions League final. We're talking to him. Man City won't know what it's like to lose in a Champions League final. Each final.
Do you think it's a case of they're feeling a bit demoralised? They're struggling to get going again after the pains of losing the 2 big competitions last season.
100% agree, but there's no scientific evidence to prove it. That's the problem we have in this day and age.
It's a real thing.
It's a real thing, but in this day,
by small margins, season after season, like it's human nature to kind of go.
In this day and age, people, the intangibles, people not interested in. You understand? They're not interested. But when you've had the season we had last season, so much glory yet so much failure at the end, like it kills you mentally, man. We've all been through it personally as well. You know what I mean? We played every single game possible and this is the key criticism, where it's viable and it's absolutely allowed to be critical of Liverpool, the manager, the recruitment. I've said it as well. The engine, everything about a Klopp team is all about his midfield. And the fact that we're relying on the oldest fucker in the club, James Milner, legend, by the way, but now, step away in it, bro. Like he'd rather play in goal than right back right now. I'm telling you that, guys, for a fact, man. I know him in it.
Where's Ramsey? Is he injured?
Ramsey's injured.
Should have kept the guy that left. What's his name again?
Nico Williams.
Williams, no?
Nico Williams, man.
It wasn't
the Forest, man. That's yeah, he's doing good. But Joe Gomez can play there. You see, Klopp mashed up Friday, Sunday again. Saturday. Klopp mashed up again. I'll say openly. People think I just don't criticize Klopp. I'm telling you, he mashed up in it, and he realized his mistake after 20 minutes because we were doing nice, and he takes off Milner, takes off Trent and Tsimikas, who's having a good game. Brings on Robertson, understandable, no problem. Brings on Milner against the fastest thing on two legs right now, Anthony Gordon.
Why did he make those subs? Is because Champions League coming up.
Because again, we got Trent's playing every game on the back of every game because Calvin Ramsey's injured, the one who's supposed to replace him. We've got Champions League games coming up. He's just trying to minimize the minutes where he can, on top of Trent playing like a prick. So Trent's playing like a prick right now. He's making me go mad, Trent, at the moment because of his lethargy on the ball.
What's the schedule? I know you said players are coming back soon, but when? What's the time scales? Because
Thiago and Jota are back.
Matip, Konate, Jota, well, so on and so forth.
Konate
played on the weekend, didn't he?
Yeah, Jota's back light at the end of the tunnel because Jota, I said it from week one. Remember, I told you, look, I'm worried about Jota's absence. Jota's cold, man. I know he's not silky and skillful, but Jota's cold. Konate is, for me, made himself number one, and he's out for another 4 or 5 weeks minimum. So he's missed the whole season so far as well. So Konate was huge for me, especially in transitions. Konate's one-on-one transitions is sick. The big problem we have is Thiago obviously missing. He's back now. Henderson is out for a month. Ox is out until Christmas.
Ox is always out. Ox is always
out. Yeah, man, Ox is whatever, innit? And Naby Keita's out.
I heard he's out your Champions League squad.
Yeah, because he's out. Because there's no point putting him in a squad where he's not going to be fit for. Because November is going to be the cutoff point where all the groups games are going to be played. So Naby, Ox, Konate, and Henderson are out for at least another month. All the rest are back. But those four are vital squad players, man. Say what you want about them. They're squad rotational options.
You got to give it to Everton, though, man. They played a tough game, man.
They did.
But they play that way. That's their game plan, and they executed it. We weren't good enough to utilize it. Who was given man of the match?
Pickford. He was class.
Pickford.
So shit as we were played, as nasty as we were, and we've slaughtered Liverpool, and rightly so. He made 8 saves. Okay, 4 were very routine. 5 were very routine. 3 of them were. We hit the crossbar, woodwork 3 times as well. As I said, we were dog shite, but we should have easily won that game, and there wouldn't have been this noise if we won 1-0, and we very easily could have won 1-0.
His save for the Nunez effort was cold, man. That was outrageous. When he tipped on the bar.
It is what it is, man. I'm depressed. All right, I'm depressed.
Nah, you'll be all right, man.
I've just ordered the Uber Eats.
Enjoy, man. We can't dwell on Liverpool too long because we're already an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah. Let's keep it moving.
More results to go through. So yeah, we're gonna go for the super chats, touching on what you want to touch in on. Grizz, big up to you guys. Says Phil, I've been feeling pretty down the last few days after my cat went missing, but this show is helping lift my spirits. Keep your head up, my guy. I hope you're good.
Yeah.
This girl says you just needed to pay Mane and buy midfielders. That Nunez guy was not needed.
It's not a money thing, man. We just needed midfielders.
TBG, how are people questioning Salah? He's bagged 30 plus goals and assists for the past 5 years. It's only 6 games in. Relax.
To be fair, and I rate Salah, but it's been since AFCON that he's been off the boil. So
yeah, but I don't think we questioned Mo Salah's quality.
It's his high standards, man. It's because he said.
Yeah, we're just saying what's with the form. Yeah, we just as you do with any player when they go off form, you say why? Because Aubameyang was absolutely balling it out for Arsenal until the new contract, and then we never seen him again. So I'm not saying the same thing's going to happen.
Contract curse,
but a contract curse fam is mad. I don't know what's happened.
Right now it is. You're right. Right now it's the contract curse, but he's going to deal with it. I know he's going to deal with it. Yeah, I know he's going to deal with it.
Liverpool leading the VAR points table, says Samar. Isak robbed for second goal. Stoppage time 8 minutes. Van Dijk red. Cody goal. Premier League trying hard to help them come second.
Yeah, thank you for the super chat.
Tricky says, one sec, let me save that one. Tricky says, can we shout out all the family men out there? We need good parenting nowadays severely. Big up all the family men and community men. I agree. And foot golf round 2 next summer, my guy. Next summer, but we have got other football related content coming.
We need to practice. We need to practice next summer.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, please.
Say no more. Follow the official channel. Obviously, follow this channel. Follow HUGH, SAEED, GRIZZ, TOBS, THUGGEry, MATISSE, all of that. But follow the official channel, notification bell on. Next couple months, you'll see more content coming thick and fast. Lube again says, love the show. Big up everyone. Love from Goa, India. And I don't need to save money because money goes and comes. So chill if I spend from my pocket. My guy. my guy.
Big up.
Jeez.
Legend.
Still triggered, but big up.
You have a couple of Arsenal ones, couple Chelsea ones. Why are there violin emojis? It's pretty sound analysis from Grizz.
Oh, it's just a thing they do, man.
From a Chelsea fan,
Yeah, that's just when Grizz speaks. They just instantly do it. I don't know what it is. They just instantly do it.
And you mentioned Chelsea. Rohan also says they are playing Chelsea games at hospitals to induce coma, so we might as well move on to Chelsea. Matisse, 2-1. That refereeing nonsense at the Tottenham game, I don't want to hear about that again, that's for sure, because that's 1-1. That's chalked up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we don't even need to talk about it, right? I mean,
that's a shambles.
I think Antonio clotheslines someone in the build-up, and he should probably be off. But again, no one talks about that. Mendy.
What about
let me do it. I'll do it for you. Don't worry, I'll do it. But Mendy for the first goal. For me, a bit too soft. Yeah, his shirt was pulled a little bit on the way down, but I don't think it makes too much difference when he's already going down and then the ball is going to be played back to Antonio for the first goal. Second one, James, the header's not great. Just a lack of awareness, but still for me, comfortably one of our best players and just got a new contract, so I'm delighted with him. I think Mendy needs to be taken out the firing line a little bit. I think the slander is half deserved and half a little bit harsh. I think we as a team are defending quite poorly. It's not just the goalkeeper. I think there's too much light on him as an individual. There is also a team in front of him that are not really doing their job. We're facing way too many shots. I saw a stat that Alisson and Ederson have faced less shots combined than Mendy this season. His save percentage is actually not far off what it usually is as well when I looked into it. So I just wanted to do some digging because I thought, no way, ball distribution, have it all day long, no problem. He's been shaky. But from a save point of view and a cross collection, this guy should be very good. He's very tall, big frame. But he is having some moments here and there. So I think next game tomorrow, probably Kepa will come in and just give him a little bit of a break. But the thing is with Mendy is that he's not a big name goalkeeper. I think a lot of people forget. Obviously, we've given him his flowers and whatnot. He's done way more than we ever expect him to do in his first 18 months. But he wasn't signed for a lot. He's not on a lot of money. So if he doesn't bounce back from this, it's not really too much of a problem. For me, it's still the Kepa one that really is going to be stinging for the longest, because that's the one where Chelsea really shelled out the peas and the wages. So, but I see your comment. Listen, him and Ederson, I think, are top 2 worst save percentage in the last 4 months as well. So, yeah, it's a bit long. He's got to improve. But I think as a whole, we dominated most of the game possession-wise, but obviously West Ham are really, really deep. I think Tuchel right now is caught in between two minds, and he's trying to play possession-orientated football with players that are not necessarily technical enough to deliver what he has ideas or what he wants. Chelsea get themselves into good positions. I think when people say that we play dreadful football, I think some of that is poor execution. You know, in moments where you want high levels of ability, instead of a KDB, you have a Gallagher who can't pull off the same pass in the same area that we've built up to get to. And I think Chelsea right now, they would probably do well with trying to play a little bit like Tottenham and United in a way where you don't go fully onto the opposition. You try and have a little bit of more of a back and forth, try and have a bit more transitions so these players have more space, because I think they need more space. They're not precise. They're not intricate. They're not able to unlock low blocks. We struggle with that. So, but Tuchel doesn't want to do that. He's a possession-based coach. Most of the time he wants to do that. So it's like caught in two minds. It's like when people talk about Klopp and they say, why don't you just drop the line? That's not what he's known for. It's not how he got here. So he's not going to just do it like that. He's not going to just drop the line and go deep. So I don't know. It's a frustrating as a Chelsea fan because we're not fun to watch. First 60 minutes was really tough. And then we go a goal down and it opens up a little bit. The changes were really good. Havertz came on, got a goal finally. Arrived into the box late. Maybe he needs to play a bit deeper in the future, but I don't know. I don't really want to give him the positional bypass. I think he just needs to just mentally check in a little bit more often than he does. But it's good to see him dropped. Mount was dropped as well. And yeah, I thought Chilwell was brilliant when he came on. Great goal, unbelievable finish, really good header down, great control, and then he got the assist as well. So it's good to see Chilwell back. And yeah, man, we can't get we can't get mad excited. It was a bit fortuitous, very fortuitous with the VAR. But like you said, we literally got robbed against Tottenham, so balanced out, and we move. But yeah, it's good to get the win. But obviously, we need to. I mean, I'm hoping Zachariah and Aubameyang help him play maybe more of what he wants to do. I think Jorginho, even when he came on, was really poor. He lost the ball, and then he really didn't get back at all, despite coming off the bench for Cornet's finish, and he was sleeping. So I'm hoping Zachariah is Chelsea's key right now. If Zachariah works for Chelsea and he gives you that big physical frame in front of the back four, and he's able to do build up and be press resistant, then Chelsea might have a new, key to unlock in other areas. But if he doesn't do the business, or he gets injured because he's got a little bit of a sketchy injury record, then Chelsea will. I don't know what Chelsea will do. I pray that Aubameyang is the solution, but I'm not sure. So yeah, tough.
Yeah, with the I thought there was two contentious moments in that game. I think James is lucky maybe to not get a red card on Antonio. I don't know if you've seen that one, Matisse. And I just think for me,
yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Like I said, I've not got an issue with like the whole.
Is that him?
What's happened there?
He's he was about to slander Tuchel, and the Gremlins have got him.
The Gremlins casting spells. The Gremlins.
See, we got something up our sleeve today.
He was about to lie. He was
Who else wants to try? Go on, I dare you.
As soon as he said,
still runs.
As soon as my brother said, "Listen, I ain't got no issue." Internet said, "Fuck off."
Yeah, we got the Gremlins to cut the lines, man. Cut the wires. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? We had to. It happens. It can happen.
What was he going to say, Tobs? Because I know you're probably going to say what he was.
No, I didn't watch the game.
Man, you're just going to leave him there, Turkish.
I think he was
Yeah,
talking
for
about
aesthetics, you might as well leave him there and make it look good.
He was talking about the
Turkish,
two
you're
dodgy
cold,
things.
man. You're cold.
He's gone now. Yeah, sorry.
Now, go on, Hugh. You was going to say.
There was two dodgy decisions. The Reece James one he was lucky for, and then the one that you have to talk about, the big VAR one. I think VAR had an awful weekend altogether. I saw all the decisions. It was absolutely shocking weekend for VAR. Is the second West Ham goal? Like surely, Matisse, you can agree that's a perfectly fine goal.
Yeah. I mean, I personally think it's harsh, very harsh on West Ham. I personally, when we conceded it, I said, fuck. Mendy's parried it. I wanted him to claim it and hold it and, vacuum the ball in, but he let it bounce off him. And then I think because he knew he messed up there, regardless of whether people will say, Bowen was coming at speed and it was a knee-jerk reaction because obviously as a goalkeeper, you want to protect your head, all these things. At the end of the day, he did parry the ball, put it in a dangerous position. And then I think he knew he screwed up. So then he obviously makes the foul look, or not the foul, but makes the connection look worse than it is by going down and being in pain. And then we get it. But it is very, very lucky. But yeah, I think the whole weekend for VAR was a joke. I can't lie. It's really bad, man.
We could do a
really
whole
bad.
show on that. I can't even lie to you.
Even in your game, Hugh, I'm sure you'll agree as well. Coutinho offside. So
I said we'd get into that.
Yeah, so it's mad.
We'll get into that. Some super chats on the Chelsea game, and one just around the big six. All the big six will cancel each other out, says David. The games against other teams will be important. Love from India, Delhi. Love to you, my guy. Big up, boys, says Felipe. I'm a Brazilian who lives in the US who follows the English Premier League. Love your content, lads. Keep up the good work. And he says, come on, City. Love for the love, my guy.
SAEED said he'll be back. His internet cut off randomly.
Someone said Stratford and Wi-Fi.
He's on the phone to customer services now. Ash says, since Matisse's speech after Spurs, all Tuchel has done since then is commit multiple atrocities against football. Time to move in silence.
I mean, I am moving in silence. I'm not coming with chess, but I do think he tried against Southampton. I think, listen, just because I'm not taking it.
No, so you physically have no chest.
I'm not taking the bait. No, it's fine. You stay over there with your gym routine. I think with Tuchel, he did try to open up a lot more against Southampton, and he got slapped in the face. He really did, because he played that 4-2-2-2. Tried to get more players in the half space. Tried to get more players forward so they could turn and expose the the gaps. We started off great first 25 minutes, but then the transitions and the gaps and the lack of mobility in midfield and all these things. So that's why I mentioned Zachariah. I think he needs another DM option to Jorginho. I think Jorginho, he does certain things very well, but he as you can see for the second goal, we talk about the Mendy situation and the wrong call, but also if you watch Jorginho in that phase, you can see it's just too lethargic, and he's had a very up and down start to the season. There's patches of games where he looks really good, that Southampton first 25 minutes, and then he gets dribbled past and we concede. So it's like, I need Zachariah to be the guy, and Kante's obviously out as well, you know. But like I said, I'm not going to go on about these injuries to cover to Kante or them coming back and being rushed back and all this, because at the end of the day, they're injury prone. We know this. We should have legislated for it. So it's our own fault.
Cool. I have a couple of super chats around Arsenal. I'll save them till the end because it's the ones that I must have missed. Where are we moving on to next? 1-1, Man City, Villa. Yeah, I think it makes sense. Obviously, Aston Villa away. Talk to me, Hugh.
Yeah, it's one I'm not taking too seriously. I think we were off. It was definitely an off day. I mean, three or four of our key players just weren't at it at all. And it was Phil Foden, Rodri, and De Bruyne. They're the three main players that I look towards every week, and they were completely off. They were too slow. We weren't doing everything right. I give credit to Villa. They set up in a way that I thought they would. They got in our faces for a lot of the time. They put pressure on us. But yeah, overall, it was just a poor performance. I mean, it looks frustrating. It looks frustrating for some players. GRIZZ spoke about Trent trying out these Hollywood passes and trying to do the special thing all the time. And I find that's a thing with De Bruyne as well. And it's frustrating him. But it's just teething issues. We're only getting going. We're only getting used to playing in this new way with Haaland up top. What are you smiling for, Side? What are you finding funny? Huh?
Anything. I'm not saying anything.
For that Wi-Fi.
I'm not saying anything. What have I done?
It was just a frustrating one. It was a frustrating. I'm not taking it too seriously. We're getting into gear. We're getting used to playing with a striker. It's not the end of the world. We're still undefeated. We're not playing great. We haven't had any amazing performances bar the Nottingham Forest game, but we're undefeated. We're one of two teams undefeated in this league. It's perfectly fine. There's no.
I think you need to calm down. I know you're not used to dropping points, but listen.
No, I
Bloody hell, man! You only dropped 2 points. Chill out.
What are you smiling at? What are you smiling at?
You want to unsight him, boy?
No,
it happens. Trust me, it happens to the best of us. See what I'm saying? You had me, man of the community, switching. Like now you got nice, quiet Hugh. He's switching.
I'm trying to stay calm. I'm doing my best to stay.
We're
calm.
not used to this shit, bro. We're not used to this shit.
I mean, you're getting rattled already. Match of Derby's around the corner, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll see you there.
See you there.
Yeah, you will.
Anyone want to mention anything on the City game? Obviously, it was the second draw of the season, right? But 4 wins, 2 draws.
Yeah.
It's go on, Matisse.
Sorry, just Man City fans keep mentioning the ref blew the whistle, so everybody stood still. From what I saw when I watched it back, the linesman put his flag up first, then the referee blew his whistle, and the moment that the referee put the whistle to his mouth, he'd already skipped past Rodri, and then he was about to then bang it into the top corner. So there's maybe 3 seconds between him blowing the whistle and the ball hitting the back of the net. So I'm not really sure what you guys are doing to stop that from going in, and it's you're not doing anything, and it's not getting saved regardless. So let's not talk about the goalkeeper because that's right in the top corner. It was a brilliant strike, and it's wrongly ruled out. So they should have lost. They should have lost. But
what came first, the whistle or the shot?
We asking this kind of question: what came first, the chicken or the egg, man? What kind of business is this, man?
Play was finished. I don't know why. Like it can't be a goal.
I know so. Huge.
No, it can't be a goal. Because of the wrong decision.
So you can score when the ball's not play. You can score when the game is stopped.
But you do admit, right? You do admit that when the whistle was blown,
Ederson had stopped. John, the centre half had stopped. The linesman's whistle.
But you wouldn't have done it.
You weren't engaging in play. It was
the play was finished.
It was done.
Play was finished.
I don't buy into Stones was going to get that as well, by the way. A lot of people are saying Stones would have come in and done hero. You know what I mean? Come on, man. That ball was flying, fizzing in. It was beating, man.
Ederson made a half-hearted effort to put his hand up. He'd heard the whistle. He was kind of like, "Oh, I don't really care." The play was stopped as far as he was concerned.
Look, it's a wild season, man. It's a wild season. I know we just spoke about four wins and 2 draws. We all know that those 2 draws could very easily be 2 losses. And even the Crystal Palace game should have been 3-0. It's a wild season, man. Everyone's settling down, calm down. I think there's a lot of hormones, you know what I mean, around. Like Hughie's going mad. You guys had me, you know what I mean, talking trash to some of the super chatters. Everyone needs to calm down. It's only 6 weeks in. Look at Arsenal, humbled them this week. No, but it's true though. A lot of Arsenal fans were celebrating, man. Like, you know what I mean? They done something. You ain't done nothing, man. You know what I mean? Man United, you need to relax as well.
Yo, look what's
I genuinely think I'm about to big you up. Shut up, you. I'm about to big you up. I genuinely think Spurs are the ones that are looking remotely like sort of, what's the word? Bulletproof at the moment. Like, you know what I mean? They're not playing brilliantly, they're not playing bad, but just grinding out wins, solid. No injuries, no issues. They're just plodding along, man. I think everyone else needs to settle down, man.
We'll see on the weekend.
We've had injuries, but yeah, like Turkish said, we'll see on the weekend.
Obviously. On to Tottenham then. Have we got any? We have got a super chat here. Voice of the villains. Big up, my guy. Hope you're good. Hugh, City. Well, the ref
robbed us, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, the ref robbed us, man. I'm sorry. I'm starting to believe in the big six. I'm starting to believe in the big six getting what they want.
Sorry to hear.
You know what it is? You know what it is? I just think that linesman, like I talked about earlier on AFTV, I just think that I don't understand when a linesman puts his. I think the linesman, if we got VAR now, I think the linesman should just be for fouls and throw-ins. VAR should deal with all offsides.
Unless it's blatant, like obvious.
I don't think there was an offside there. I'll agree. I don't think there was an actual offside. He got that completely wrong. But as far as the actual goal that went, completely wrong. But as far as the goal itself, I don't see how it's a goal. If play is completely stopped, I'm not seeing how that's a goal. You'd be the exact same if it was in your position.
Aren't they instructed? Aren't they instructed to not put their flag up for some of those like marginal offsides? I think for the ones that are like glaringly obvious, yeah, they can flag it. But they're meant to sort of let play continue and then put their flag
up. It's when
they
want, man. It's when they feel like it. That's what I feel like. For me, it's about the standard refereeing. I think once VAR has come into place now, the standard refereeing has even got worse. Like they're relying on it so heavily now. 100%. And that's the problem, not the VAR. But it's just, for me, it's just a crazy one, man. Like that one yesterday, for me, was a clear foul, but then he kind of said, what did he say to Odegaard, that it was a soft one or something like that? Like, just making everything doubtful, like, you know what I mean? Just be a good referee. So,
that's why I think ex-players need to be involved at Stockley Park or wherever it is, because a referee that's educated to be a referee doesn't know what contact in football really entails. They They think, oh, foul. But really and truly, ex-footballers will know, footballers will know. Anyone that's played football at any level will know you're going to hit into people. You're going to brush shoulders. You're going to be pushed. All of that. You're going to be nipped at the ankles, whatever. But let's keep it moving. Son hasn't scored this season and we play City next week. I'm stressed. TOBS, Tottenham got the W. Richarlison started for Kulusevski. Obviously, you mentioned that Richarlison might start previously.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got the win.
Yeah, we got the win. To be honest, we're leaving that game disappointed that it wasn't a cricket score, man. We absolutely destroyed Fulham from start to finish. All the people that chat shit on our name and say Spurs can't kick ball, trying to judge us off our up and down performances this season. Well, that's another team we've laid siege to at home. 3 out of 3 home wins this season. Yeah, unbeaten in the league. Like Matisse said something on his channel today, and I actually quite like the fact that people call us overrated. People say we're this, that, and the third. That's fine. It puts less pressure on us, and it just lets us keep doing what we're doing because, mate, we just keep going. We just keep picking up points. That's the way we'll do it. Obviously, we've got Man City coming up this week. Not going to be an easy game, but if history with Conte as our manager tells us something, it's not a game that you can automatically say Spurs are gonna lose. I don't think you can make that statement anymore about some of these matches. So yeah, that's it really. Son, yeah, he's been poor this season. He's been flat out poor this season, but he played really well against Fulham, and to be honest, should have tucked away his chance, but his goals come in. But I want to shout out my boy Richarlison, man. I've been singing this guy's praises before he signed, when he signed, and been telling people he's going to do all this season. He didn't bag his goal. Yeah, people are going to flame him for the celebration, but anyone who watched that game knows that Spurs have got a real player on their hands, man. Like he was fantastic. He was absolutely fantastic. Like offensively, defensively, like he was class, bro. And if he had scored that goal, the volley, oh Lord, bro.
Would he have been justified in taking his shirt off like that?
Mad, bro. Listen, you can get on to him.
I just asked a question. I'm sorry. Don't shoot the messenger. I just asked a question.
You can get onto him. You can get onto him taking off his shirt, but like, I'm sorry that a man who's playing in his full debut at home in front of these new fans can't celebrate scoring the third goal in the game. Well, the goal that he thought was the third goal in the game, but is what it is. It's only 6 games into the season. We still got plenty more football to go, so definitely not getting carried away. But I'm encouraged by what I've seen with us, and when you deep the fact that we're still unbeaten despite Son not scoring this season, despite even Kane on 5 goals, he's still not really hit top form in terms of performances. Still new players to gel into the team, etc., etc. There's still more notches that we can go up in. So I'm encouraged, bro. I'm encouraged.
Cool. Hour and a half on the dot. 6.3K still here. Hit the like button, people. I'm gonna wind through the last few super chats, and there's a few more to add on top of that too. So don't leave yet. Big up the panel, says Daniel. It was a great derby. Come on, you Gunners. Hansa says Arsenal were the better team in possession for most of the game. United were better in transition and out of possession. That's how they won. By dominating possession, it doesn't mean you dominated the game. That's a true point, 100%. And Andreas here says, love the show. Are you going to do the top 6 strikers of the Prem era? We are, 100%. That is still to come, people. Where's Grizz gone? There he is. That's still to come. Did I remove you, Grizz? What happened?
No, I think my Wi-Fi done a silly one as well.
Yeah, follow the official channel. The top 6 strikers will come out eventually, people. Look out for that. We're going to do a crossbar challenge. We're going to do a penalty kick shootout. We're going to do all of that. That's all going on the official channel, so just look out for that over there. We're going to link up at the end of the month. A super chat has just come in. Spurs have the most points in the Premier League since losing to United last season. 1 loss in 17 games. It isn't always pretty. Some time is coming. Kane took 18 weeks for 2 goals. And I think that's the last one I've got saved. It is the last one I've got saved. So like I said, follow up the official channel, people. A lot more to come there. Subscribe to this channel as always. HUGH, SAEED, GRIZZ, MATISSE, TOBS, THUGGEry. That's all there. I've added the Stoppage Time TV link. I was on there yesterday after the United-Arsenal game. Me, Cams and Fuad. Cams and Fuad, both regulars on this Big 6 show as well. So show that video some love. Let them know in the comments you're coming from the Big 6. And we will be back Thursday, 10:30 p.m. There's Europa League action. There's Champions League. I wish we had a chance to talk on it, but it's already a late one tonight, and I've actually got something else to do at 11. So we've got no time, people. Apologies for that, but we will touch in on Europe here and there as it gets into the latter stages, as always. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the Mandem. Support the sponsor, FM London. 10% off all men's items. Link in the description below.
The prediction table.
And I was
What table?
at the table again.
What table?
Matisse
Are you not seriously looking at tables?
Yeah, he's clear, man. Matisse is clear.
I
Fair
just
play.
want to see what it looks like, man.
Table.
Before we
Before I
go,
put the table up, yeah, I'm gonna say fuck 3-1s. I don't want to hear 3-1 again. 3-1.
Before you put up the table, just another last bit of Spurs prop. Big up to Højbjerg as well. Big up to Højbjerg and Benton Cole. Big up to them, especially.
Yeah, we
Højbjerg.
talk soon, innit? Let's see what they do.
Oh, yeah, he's finally producing. Yeah, told me. Yeah,
Mate, no, don't say finally producing because that's my guy. And people tried to shit on his name when he was playing bad. Well, he's back now.
Only Spurs left to be humbled this season. Let's talk this week.
That's fine. We'll take the humbling when it comes.
Cool.
The trophy coming, it does that. Don't worry, bro.
Talk. And here's the table.
Right.
Oh my days! Oh my goodness!
Matisse.
How
You know
is this
what's
nerd
mad?
so clear?
SAEED and me finished top. I think we had 15 correct scores last year after 38 games. Matisse is on 7 correct scores.
Yeah, nerd tax.
Mad, he's been doing his research. For
Got to
the
win
people,
something this year, fam. Got to win something.
Every day, laptop open. Every day.
for the people listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and streaming platforms, Matisse is currently top, and by some way, he's got 7 correct scores, 35 points. HUGH is in second with 4 correct scores, and 27 points. SAEED third, 2 correct scores, 26 points. Toby's got 2 correct scores with 23 points. GRIZZ has got 2 correct scores with 22 points. And like I said, fuck the 3-1s. I've got no correct scores.
Whoa,
and 19
none.
points.
When
And the
Turkish swears, you know it's over.
Nah, fuck that, man. I had the first 3-1 that comes in all season.
And you didn't do it.
Yeah, you didn't do it.
I'm glad. Good.
I didn't do it. I did it the wrong way.
Yeah.
Look at Toby, he's glad. Toby's funny.
That will teach you.
But you saw what I did last season. I'm about to do it again. So hold
Yeah,
tight.
yeah. Now this ain't foot golf, my brother. Move on. This ain't foot golf.
Say no more, Chris. Say no more, my guy. Love for the love, people. Hit the like button, subscribe to everyone, show some love, and yeah, in the description, everything's there, people. Peace. We're out.